how many times I say and like and so. So just take a shot how many times you hear me say and like and so. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna tell you a story time about how I snuck out for the first time. So let's just hop right into the video. So on this day, I was 15 and my best friend, we're gonna call her Maya, she hit me up and she was like, hey, come over, to help her like pick out this outfit because she was going to like her friend's like birthday party, I believe. And so I told Mom I was going to Maya's house and I left. And so Maya at this time only lived like down the block from me. So it was like not even a 5-minute walk, like 2 or 3 minutes. I went over there, me and her was chilling, talking, and I was helping her pick out like an outfit for this birthday party. And so then she told me like, oh, like her family is having like this family party later today. And would I want to go? And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go. Because I'm so used to like family parties being like all your family members come over, they sit down watching TV, and you come out the room. Like usually you come through in dress with no shoes on, and you grab some food. You talk to them. They ask you how you grades, A's and B's. Yeah, all right, good. Keep that up. Keep that up. And then you go on by your night. I'm so used to that, like, because my family parties didn't really have liquor there, so I was not expecting what it was about to go down tonight. So as time went on, she ended up not going to the birthday party because her friend couldn't pick her up, and so she's like, okay, well, let me just change and we just go to her family party because I had stayed there. My plan was like to stay there until like she leaves and then I would just go back home. But I didn't have to do all that. And also I'm happy I did because honestly I don't think my mom would let me go back out to a family party. Even though it was the summer, but I was still like 15. So I don't think she would be like, yeah, go ahead, go back out. Even though her family house was not that far. She get ready and then we walk over to her family house and then it's like cars literally, but like mind you, it's already a busy street, but like her family all had cars. So like it was cars in the driveway, it was cars in the front of the house, back of the house, and the music was bumping. And so when we got there, like her family, like, they all greet me and stuff like that. And I greet them like, hey, how you doing? Here to get my little plate. And so I went out to the back and they were still cooking. I got my plate. And then her family was like, hey Maya, do you want to take a shot? Allegedly. Or do you want a drink or whatever? And allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly because we was minors at this time. But allegedly we did. Well, she did first. And allegedly I joined my little juice. And so it was it is so funny because me thinking back, like her like uncle, he was there and he was like done for. Like I remember he was talking to us, he was like, I forgot what he said to us first, but he was like, hey, you gonna try some like my food I cooked, this and the third. And mind you, I got full for like the food I already had there. And so I was like, oh no, I'm gonna try later. He was like, oh, why nobody wanna try my food? And I'm like, and I'm like, damn. But I took my little, drunk my little juice. And at this time I did like record it on Instagram. I don't have the video no more. Like it was like a boomerang or whatever. But I was just like, oh, my little juice. So like her aunt had made this like really good bomb like Hawaiian punch. And so the other thing that I did, I can't say like her aunt made some good Hawaiian punch. So got some like, Hawaiian punch and we drinking it. So I'm here drinking and I'm like, oh, it's so good, whatever, right? And mind you, this is like my first time really ever like allegedly drinking. Because what I'm used to is like my family like, oh, you want to taste? You want to sip? Alright. And that's it. Not really expecting it because I'm so used to like they just if you like that's just the straight on nasty juice. But it wasn't. It was like very sweet and stuff like that. So I'm here, okay. So then we go back in the house. We're here like talking to people and stuff like that. And this is my first time I seen Maya get, a bit lit and stuff like that. Like nothing, like she didn't do anything. Nothing really changed with her like attitude and stuff like that. But you could just tell, like, cause only thing I can say that what does change about her is that like her voice, the way she talks, it totally changed. Like that Philly accent comes out, and all having fun. We all like just like talking, allegedly drinking our juice and eating. And so then this girl, right? So mind you, this girl that came, we didn't know this till later on, but like she had before she came to this party, she had smoked and drank before, and she did not eat at all. And so since she didn't do all that, when she came to this party, she smoked some more and then she drank more without eating. And so she pretty much had alcohol poisoning. Like it was like, pretty scary. At least for like the family members, because I was like kind of confused what was going on. Because like I said, at this time, one, I was sheltered very much. And two, at this time I never experienced people like, being like too drunk or like just out of it. Like I read about it, of course you hear it on the news, you watch true crime, you hear about it, you hear people talk about it, but like to actually experience it, it is a very different thing. And I was just confused or whatever. And then Maya, she was like she was laughing about it. She was like, yo, that girl got alcohol poisoning. And I was like, girl, stop. And like her family was looking at her about it, and then they were like, girl, stop, it's not funny and stuff like that. And Maya, she kind of like her own little boat of things. Like she was just like chilling, just talking. Like we heard like taking videos on like, Snapchat, Instagram, and at this time she was talking or dating this dude, I would say, and she wanted to go over there. And so her aunt was like, no. Okay, so basically how her aunt found out was because she overheard Maya talking about it, and then that's when she was like, no, you're not going, and y'all both gonna stay here. So that's how she found out. Maya, I'm gonna say her name. No, Maya, you're not going over there. It's late. There's no need for you to go over there. This is the third. And she was like, no, I'm going over there. I'm going to go see him. And the third, and she was like, no, you're not. She said, you're gonna stay right here. She's like, no, y'all both gonna sleep here tonight. Also, she mentioned that my mom knew I was spending the night there because once time started rolling in, my mom did text me and stuff like that. I told her, I was like, oh, I'm just spending the night at my house. She was like, okay, that's fine. Because she knew that Maya was my best friend. And even at this time, before we classified each other as best friends, me and her was like getting really close. Because we hanged out every day. We saw each other every day. We talked every day. What she did, I did. What I did, she did. So therefore, my mom did not care. And plus, like, she lived down the block. So if anything happens, if I had to, I could just run home or call my mom. She come walking down the street and get me. So still going back and forth. I'm just looking like, oh my goodness, like what's happening? Because Maya telling me, she's like, Cece, we gonna go to my man's house. And then her aunt is saying, like, no, y'all both not going over there. Y'all gonna sleep. Y'all stay here. Y'all sleep here. And then at this time, her family members was leaving to go home because it was getting late. Like, it was like going on, like, I think 12 o'clock or whatever. So once her aunt walked away, Maya was like, Cece, when we're gonna go back to my house, and when they go to sleep, we're gonna leave. And mine done, so I'm like, okay. I don't know why I ever said okay. I don't know why at all. Like, it's just so funny because I remember I was just so happy, like, okay, we're gonna leave the house, right? And also by the way, me and her is still very much good best friends. That's my sister. That's my why I die. So, and this story is just to tell because to me it was just funny. It's no shame to her, no shame, no disrespect to her or her family. I should have said at the beginning, but oh well. But yeah, and so I'm over there just like me and her just chilling, like, and I believe I was texting like my boyfriend. I was dating this guy at the time, but he could be a story time. Not gonna lie. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I went from dark to light, because when I did that video, after I finished it, I had to delete the middle to the end of it. And so I filmed this one a couple days later. So as time still got going on, people start to leave. Her family will start to leave her house. And while they start to leave her house, that's when me and Maya was making our way back to her other family house, like where she lived at. And then I remember her aunt, she was saying, y'all do not leave this house. Y'all better not leave this house. You better not go over that boy house. And we both like, okay. And I remember Maya was saying something like, she's not gonna leave the house. And also, if you hear Gracie Corner, I'm sorry, that's my son. Maya looked at me. It was like, Cece, when she goes to sleep, we're leaving. So we're gonna leave here around like 2-3 in the morning. And I was like, okay. And so I was laying like on like her bed, and oh my god, okay, I don't know why it took me so long to explain that part, but I just told Maya that I was gonna go to bed and that she could just wake me up when it's time to go. Wake me up when you're ready to go. And excuse me. And she was like, no, I don't want to wake you up. I'm kind of scared to wake you up. If you fall asleep, just says, what if you don't wake up? I'm like, girl, it's okay. Just wake me up. I'm not going to be mad because I already know the reason why I'm waking up, right? So she was like, okay. So I ended up falling asleep. And then it felt like as soon as I fell asleep, as soon as I fell asleep, I woke right back up. So, and I remember this too. It's like, I remember she was like real close to my face. And she just like poked me. She's like, Cece, you awake? And I'm like, huh? Yeah. And so she's like, okay. So her aunt light was still on, but Maya, she didn't care. So we was like, okay, we still gonna leave. So we didn't go out to the front door. Her family house had this like, I think you call it like a fire escape, because it had like it was like in the kitchen, and then it had a door, and then it had the stairs, and it goes throughout the alley. And so that's what Mira did. We went down those stairs. Ooh, I need to stop talking so fast. So we went down those stairs, and me and her just haul ass down the fucking alleyway. And when it's so bad because like in my head I literally picture it as that black dude from Get Out when he was like haul ass. Yeah, that was us. We just ran down that alleyway and we ended up like stop running and just fast walking. So now we had to like kind of like rush there because when it was early in the morning, we're not supposed to be out there. And I was kind of freaking out when Maya told me that, because Maya did say, she was like, okay, we gotta rush there. So we gotta rush there because if the cops catch us, it's gonna ask us why we out so late and take us back home. And I was kind of freaking out because I was like, oh my god, you're right. The cops, we're not supposed to be out this late. And way past curfew. Because my curfew here, it kind of depends on your ages. Like, if you're like 16 to 17, your curfew here is like, what? I think like 11. But if you're younger, it's much, much earlier. Like you're like not 10. But most people don't follow that here. And so I was like, oh my god, the cops can't catch us because my mom cannot find out. I'm saying this all in my head. And I'm like, oh my god, my mom finds out, that's my ass right there. And because like this was like the very first big thing I did that my mom not knowing, I would say. And different for me because I grew up very sheltered, and when you grow up sheltered and then like when you get like a taste of that freedom, you're like, oh my god, I want to do this, I want more of this, I want to keep doing this, I want to keep doing this. And that's probably why I got into so much shit myself when I was a teen, because it was like that freedom that like you got a taste of and you like it, you still want to keep doing it. And since I was a teen, some of the stuff I should not be doing, but that's another story times later on. Anyway, so that's my rambling. So we ended up making it down there, and then once we made it down there, I believe she knocked on his door or she texted him, and he came in. And so next was like the sleeper arrangements, and I don't know why, but I didn't think of like asking her before, like, oh, like what would be the sleeping arrangements. So I was gonna sleep on the bed because one, I would feel uncomfortable to sleep on the bed that your man sleeps on, because I feel like that's just weird. And you know, people these days, they just grimy. So therefore it's like a big no. Boyfriend during that time. And I knew that would be a big no because one, that's weird because you have a boyfriend also. And so, you want to know where I slept at? Do you want to know where I slept at? The motherfucking floor. And to this day, I still bring this up to her, and she be like, I'm sorry. It's just so funny, you guys. Like, I'd be like, you let me sleep on the floor. Oh. But no, like, so I am taking the floor, and I don't remember that either. Did I have a pillow or did I use something with me to makeshift a pillow? Because I really don't remember that. But I did something, and I marinated on the floor. The shit you go through with your friends, yo. It's so fucking funny. But I remember she also was like, can we fall asleep to Tangle soundtrack? And I was like, go ahead. Go ahead. And so I fell asleep to Tangle soundtrack. And then the next day when we wake up, we just left. Like, she hugged her man, whatever. And then we dipped. I remember we all come back. We was kind of rushing back because we wasn't sure like, if her family members gonna be awake or not. And if it was, that was gonna be, well, mostly her ass, but I still will gotten it too, in a way. But But I remember we was walking back to her house, and she was like, I was like, I'm hungry. And she was like, I got Burger King burger in my house for you. And I'm like, okay. And, and we went back to her house, and she gave me that Burger King burger. I was digging that shit, not gonna lie. That shit was good. And after that, I just went home. And after I went home, I just chilled. That was pretty much it, honestly. Like, but me and her, we go, like, me and her have a lot of crazy story times together that we did that I would love to share. And it's just so much stuff. Like, and it's so crazy because me starting out this channel, it was like I wanted to do it so bad, but I was like, I feel like I'm not gonna remember everything, or I'm gonna forget certain things, or some things that you want to tell but like you can't really remember it. Yeah, that was my like biggest like fear of it. And but I was like, no, I'm gonna still do it. And so I thought of this time, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tell this time, because this time was a funny time. A lot of stuff was going on. Even though I told it pretty quickly, I feel like, but that's because I talked too fast. But a lot of stuff this night was going on, and it may seem slow to y'all, but it was fast for me. And I can't wait to pour out more content for y'all. I don't know what I'm doing with my arms, but I hope you enjoyed the story time, and be tuned for the next one. Bye.